What is up guys, welcome to CJ's Vlogs and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be walking around a very special car. I'll give you a hint, it's got 1,000 horsepower. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the SF90 Stradale, or as you would say, the SF90 Stradale if you're Italian, the 1,000 horsepower supercar, as Ferrari call it, because the hypercar name in the Ferrari world is left only to our Hyper 5 as we have it. That is the 288 GTO, the F40, the F50, the Enzo and the LaFerrari. Now this car has 1,000 horsepower and is highly capable of doing many things even more advanced than the LaFerrari, because this car has 50 innovations, 50 new innovations on a single car, which is unbelievable. And of course it has more horsepower than the LaFerrari because it is powered by the 3.9 litre, which is now bored out to 4 litres. So it's a 4 litre V8 hybrid. So it's got 2 electric motors on the front axle and an electric motor Kurz on the rear axle, combining that with the engine power. And it is just, you know, the customer who has ordered one describes it as having vibrations, and I know exactly what it means, because when you unlock the car, just look at those matrix LED headlights. It is absolutely beautiful. And what he means by vibrations is this car almost looks like it's pulsating as you walk around it. It almost looks like it's alive before you. If we head around to the rear and we click the unlock button again, yeah, this is incredible. This is beautiful. Let's pop inside here. Let me just open the door, then you'll be able to see the rear lights. Look at those. Absolutely incredible. Now the car is very complex, but also very simple, because it harnesses incredible aerodynamics, massive amount of power, but the key here with this car is its weight distribution. It's how it divides the weight, because you know electric motors are extremely heavy, batteries are extremely heavy. But the aero with the shut of gurney on the rear here is just so beautiful. And if we look underneath the diffuser, it is just a marvel of engineering, something to be admired. Now as we walk inside, here we have it. SF90 Stradale greeted on the fully digital dashboard now, the new steering wheel, paddle shifts which are actually this length is standard. And then we've got the standard sport racing seats here with the electric mobility. And if we hop inside, it is just a marvel of engineering on the interior as well. If we click this, click once, it comes alive before us. Now, with the new car, you've obviously got your front here, your fuel tab here, your electric pod here, and then your engine cover here, which we'll get to in a moment. But if you look here, you've got a fully digital touchpad. That's for closing your mirrors, that's for adjusting your left and your right mirrors, controlling your light controls, parking camera, lifting suspension, as well as your parking lights over there. Absolutely incredible. And if you come on this side, on this digital touchpad, you've got your climate control, and as you'd have seen, this is normally an option on our other models such as the Portofino M, the Roma, Lusso 812, but on this car, our passenger display is standard. How cool is that? Of course, the passenger has so much more functionality now as the passenger display evolves. And down here we've got the classic gear shifter, your gear lever tabs, you've got reverse here, your automatic and manual, adjustment here, and of course you've got launch control. You control your windows down here, and this is down a little pocket down here where you can nestle the key, cup holder, and a place for your phone. And of course with the dash you've got all of these incredible items. So if I use the touchpad on the steering wheel here, we've got our status overview on the dashboard. We've got the sort of a screen that shows us how the electric power is being distributed. We've got a trip meter and a G meter. Then we click back, and then we've of course got audio, which controls all of our audio controls. And then when you do that, your G meter functionality moves on the other side, or if you had your temperatures active, it would be on that side. We've also got our navigation. Now with the navigation we can increase the whole size of our digital dash just for navigation. So I'd click view max, boom, and I can see the entire map, which is a great feature I think as well. And then we can go back again, back, and then of course phone controls and settings. But this is the coolest part about having a digital dash. We can go into settings, we can go into infotainment, display settings, and themes, and watch this, boom, Rosso, and there we have it. Or we can go Bianco, and we can change our rev counter to any color we want. So there's no more deciding from the factory a single color. With the digital dash it gives us this opportunity to change it depending on our mood, I would say. And then we can go back there. Now as you can see down there, you've got fuel and you've got battery power. So if we look down here on our left side, we have I'm getting confused with sides. On our right side we have our Manettino, and that controls our different driving modes. So wet, sport, race, CT off, and ESC off. So we'll leave it in sport because that's sort of your standardized driving mode. But on this side you'll see we've got hybrid, and I don't think you can see it, but you've got your e-drive here, your performance, and your qualifying. And now you would know from I don't know if I've done it in a previous video, hybrid sort of alternates the power, it idles the engine and charges the battery. Your e-drive is fully electric mode, up to 130 kilometers per hour, up to 25 kilometers range. Performance is sort of when you spirited driving, and then qualifying is, in South Africa we call it the full barras, which means it is everything. Your maximum electric power, your maximum engine power, and I think that is quite incredible. That's when you'll experience the full wrath of 1,000 horsepower. Now let's actually start it up. So now we go, it's in hybrid. So this is where this car gets a little bit interesting. So it's on, now it's ready. And now you can see that the hybrid powertrain has shown us that we've got different modes here. And now we can actually see that it shows performance, shows it on the dashboard. However, if we click that, can click red, and that goes straight to qualifying. That's the full power of the car. And if we go to hybrid, there we go. Incredible. So what we can do is we'll turn it off with the engine stop button here. Of course, as I've mentioned before, Ferrari, we have eyes on the road, hands on the wheel, so you know you've got your indicators here, your phone controls, cruise control, light controls, wiper controls, and then obviously this touchpad to control all of that. That's on your dashboard. So let's click on that, and then we can open the engine bay. Now the engine bay is a little bit complex. I'm gonna have to hold it up because it has a little stalk here for the engine, but there's the 4-liter V8 that makes the real meat of the power, and you'll find that the batteries are just on the other side of that. And if you look along here, you'll see all of these kinetic the curse system cables around here, but that is where the meat and veggies are. It is absolutely beautiful. So I'm just gonna drop this down here, lock it down, give you one more fantastic look of this car. So, will I ever get to drive one? Well, I drove it in electric mode yesterday, and I think it's so cool to be able to drive a Ferrari in fully electric mode. And I think I will probably ask an owner, which I know is getting an SF90 Spider, who would be keen on shooting a proper driven review of his 1000 horsepower SF90 Spider. But yeah, there we go guys, that is the SF90 Stradale.